5 guys on the couch right now.
Bros.
Step bro, what are you doing? So today we got not one guest, not two, but 3 guests. And this height order doesn't really matter because like, oh, what's going on here? We got Dorian, aka Ridiculous.
Yeah.
We got Apex. What's your real name actually?
Andy. My name's Andy.
Andy. And we got Scott, aka Seesaw Labs, the founder of Wow Go Gang. So let's do a little introduction here about your background. How'd you guys meet and stuff?
We met on YouTube Premium.
YouTube Premium. Was it the OnlyFans?
No.
Okay.
So we actually met. Scott and I were brought together into a group chat through a mutual friend that we have. And Jazzy works with Scott in cloud architecture. I'm a friend of Jazzy's, and just woke up one morning. There's a Telegram chat. I knew of Scott through Jazzy before, but he's like, "Yo, Andy, you're gonna be running community management." I'm like, "For what?" He's like, "We're launching an NFT project." So it was like that order of questioning, and I was like, "Oh, I guess we are. Yeah, sure." And then I was like, "Hey, Scott, how's it going?"
Yeah, for sure. And I've been following Apex on. You had the Excel sheet. You were doing trading NFTs. So Jazz, and he was always, "Oh, you need to try this NFT. You need to try this NFT."
Mm-hmm.
So I've been kind of aware of what the guys have been up to, and I was talking to Jazz about we should really do an NFT project. It's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, all we're missing is an artist. He goes, "Oh, I know an artist." And I said, "Well, okay." And he mentioned Apex. And I said, "Let's have a meeting." So I think it was like we got together about 10 o'clock at night and got on the phone and said, "Okay, guys, we're going to do this. We're going to do an NFT project. Val, do you know how to draw anything?" Yeah. And then he came back with a few minutes later, came back with a goat. And I said, "That's perfect."
Yeah, and so basically how it happened was like a little bit of a backstory into NFTs. One of my friends told me, he's like, "Hey, you need to open up a Phantom wallet right now. I'm going to send you 5 Solana."
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, it seems to me that in my life, people don't give me context. They just put me in situations. And I was like, "For what?"
Okay,
he's like, "You're going to mint this NFT called Meerkat Millionaire, right?" And I was like, okay. I'm like, "I don't really want to do this. I'm playing Mortal Kombat right now. Like, don't really want to down." He's like, "Bro, just do it. Don't worry." And he's like, "Trust me." Okay, cool. Mint Meerkat Millionaire. And then he told me, he's like, "Yeah, there's this thing coming up called NFTs, right? It's like a trading card game. They're rares. People are paying a lot of money for some of them." And it just seemed like, I mean, the money stuff was cool, right? But to me, it just seemed like a lot of fun. And I minted, like my first Meerkat that I minted was like red fur, red jacket. It had these I think like peace earrings or whatever. And it had like a COVID mask. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," right? Turns out I sold that in like a day and a half for like 35 Solana when I minted it for 1.
Wow.
And I was like,
What?
well, I'm like, "Yo, did this actually just go up by 5K? For what?" Right? And
Yeah. Same with pesky penguins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got that, and that was same thing. I flipped it around and made I think about 6 Solana, and I got okay. I'm into this.
once I told my friends, I was like, "Yo, guys, I just flipped like 35 Solana from this." We made a group chat called NFT Calls. It was me, my sister, Jazzy, and Victor, right? You've probably heard these names on Go Gang,
times,
right?
yeah.
Everybody. And then a day or within like a 48-hour period, I ran into Valdez in the gym. Somebody introduced me to him. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. You fly FPV?" I'm like, "Yeah, dabbled in it." We were just talking about like filmmaking. And then I don't know how it came up, but he's like, "Oh, what do you do for work?" I'm like, "Well, I'm actually getting to this NFT thing, and we made like this much money last night." He's like, "Bro, I want to get in on it." And I was like, "Well, we're gonna try minting today. Do you want to come over and do it?" And he's like, and it was like within like half an hour conversation. "Yeah, bro, just reach my house. We'll figure it out." So he came over. He met my sister. Met everybody. He didn't get anything. I think from all of us who tried to mint this banana, it was only Jazzy that got one. Yeah. And then he flipped it from 1 Solana to like 19 Solana in like 30 minutes.
Wow.
Right? So Valdez saw that and he was like, "Yo, this is really cool." And then we all we're like, okay, so we missed this launch. And then it's like, what can we do to never miss a launch again? Right. So I was part of some paid groups where they built that spreadsheet that Scott saw, and they listed all the projects coming up from a 1 to 10 rarity. I shared that with the team, dragged on the NFT calls. That's the exclusive thing. You get access into the chat. Right. And then we basically just started preparing ahead of time. Valdez would research about NFT. So we didn't know what was going on. We just knew these things were being minted, and they were like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. D-Gods was in there. Pesky Penguins was in there. Soul Cities, just like a few other projects. Nasty Boys was in there.
I got Soul Cities, yeah.
And so kind of moving from that, and we were kind of looking, we're like, we got rugged like plenty of times. Like these are the success stories we share, bro. Like
Wallet. empty your wallet.
Yes.
empty.
So there was this thing called Soul Yetis, right? And well, I told one of my friends who was like a bit like struggling financially, and I told him, I'm like, bro, with $500, if you're lucky, you could mint like something nice and flip it right away. So this individual joined with the sole intention of making money without really having any fun. He sent us a link to a mint 5 minutes early before the mint. How convenient. Right, he got it in the DMs. We didn't know anything about it. I was like, "Wow, like this guy's bringing value already. He's getting early access mints." We all got rugged.
Yeah.
it was a
I
wrong
knew
word.
it.
At the same time, the exact same thing happened. Like within 2 days.
Yeah.
I was sitting there waiting for the mint to go, and then all of a sudden I get a DM. I go, oh, quick! There's a link. Wallet empty.
Yeah.
So
DMs are scanned.
That's
as they say.
crazy. So
DMs
like,
are
let's talk about that. So like, what moving forward? How did you guys like scan a rug? Like, how do you prevent that? Like, the most skeptic thing about NFTs right now is that people think everything's a scam. So like, how do you prove to someone that this is not a scam project, or like how to believe in something? Like, what should they look for to make sure they're not rugged?
Docs for sure.
Docs for
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
We're gonna put the definitions in the edit.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of NFT lingo. Is a whole you need a whole dictionary for this. There's a lot of words.
Yeah.
I mean, my answer is kind of funny, but it's also true because like
From your rugging experience.
I'm also like the embodiment of what I'm about to say, which is like, bro, if you can't call the owner of the Discord on the phone,
Right.
don't mint.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That was the
Yeah.
one thing that I knew Valentin for a while before this, but I knew getting into this that this was going to be the best educational experience for me as a first timer, because I wasn't in this industry whatsoever. I was obviously into crypto, but not in NFTs, right? And I knew Valentin, I know him, and I was like, okay, whatever he's getting involved in, I completely trust. And I was like, I know this team is going to be good. I must have brought at least 20 or 30 people at this point.
You brought me.
Yeah,
Richie.
and I educated everyone step by step, besides your videos, of course, right? I was like, okay, guys, take a look at these videos. This is kind of how you do it, because I already went through it myself, and I was like, get on the call, explain it, go through the video. Everyone's getting ready, and everyone's enjoyed the experience, I think, and everyone's going to look forward to the future. And this is why we're happy to have you guys on the call and talk about it.
I appreciate it a lot, guys. And in this one thing to kind of build up off the how do you spot a rug, right? There's a project that's like I think on the verge of coming out now. Yeah, I know we said bad publicity is good publicity. This is a warning for people, right? I have no idea whether this is a rug or not, but like my spidey senses are tingling, and I don't have my spider suit. I haven't been bit by a spider, so you can't really trust that too much, right? But if you go in their Discord and you type in the word doxed, the whole message you wrote gets deleted.
Oh yeah, I've been in some of those as well, where I warn people.
The four admins have the same profile photo, and it's convenient first names of like westernized like white males, right? Like Jeffrey, Luke, Steve. I don't trust that. And then so then the other variable as well is that when you go in the chat, it's like every 15 seconds there's like a spam of messages. This is gonna blow up. This is gonna go blow up. I'm like, how convenient! Hundreds of people are writing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah,
so they have bots running.
It's just flowing. Yeah, it's just flowing.
And
But that comes back. Docs comes back to a point, and for anyone who's starting their own project out there, and you're going to get people approaching you saying, I can help you, or I have a deal for you. Number one thing, open up like a Google Meets with them, see them face to face. If there's chances of exchanging any money for services, say, show me your passport, put it up to your face. I want to know who I'm doing business with. And we've had multiple times where people have just said, no, and I'm busy. I'm too busy to show my face right now. And it's like classic hidden person trying to take your money.
If you're too busy to show your face, but you're not too busy to charge us $25,000,
right?
Yeah, it sounds kind of sus here, but like that relates back to like the Bored Apes. Like those guys weren't even doxed. Like how do they?
But that was really early on in the ecosystem and its development, right? Like we're transitioning now to more transparency is better, right? And it will continue to go that way until it's almost perfect, right? So there's always going to be an evolution of any industry.
Yeah. So moving forward, you think like every project should be like definitely 100% docs. So like I know there's a whole community that doesn't believe in like it shouldn't be docs because they're worried about like finding people finding out where they live.
Personal safety too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look what's been happening out in the crypto world.
Right.
People getting attacked, mugged.
Right.
If you're a businessman and this is a business, and if you're a businessman and you're doing business and you're putting yourself out there, your name, your address,
a lot of different
money.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a risk.
The whole discussion around doxing or undoxing, right? Depends on what kind of utility you're planning on offering for the project.
Right.
Number one, right? If you're just offering a cool profile photo and you're clear about that, it's like, here's the profile photos we've already uploaded on Pinata. OpenSea is here. Like, show the audience in a way that they're not going to get rugged. And you can also like acknowledge that, be like, just see, we are aware that we're not going to be doxing ourselves for this project, and you're doing this at your own discretion. Fair warning. Could this be the greatest rug of all time? Tentatively. Would you want to be a part of it for the sake of history? I don't know. Your call.
Right.
Usually that's kind of like a bit of like reverse psychology. I personally would want to be a part of that because that person acknowledged my pain point, right? And even if I don't know who he is. But because we're trying to run our project, like I looked at Bored Apes, CyberKongs, and Psychedelics Anonymous when I kind of developed the roadmap before I ran with the team, like the utility roadmap. And I look at all the things that they were doing, and I don't know who the owners are of these 3 projects. I know there's a Voltura.eth, whatever that means for Psychedelics Anonymous. But the reason why I like that project is the way that they structured everything and like the mystery and the enigma around it. So in my past, when I used to have a YouTube channel where I used to make gaming videos,
Yeah, I saw
and the game was RuneScape.
RuneScape,
Right? I'm not a good Call of Duty player. It takes way too long to get good clips to run a channel. Like I'll get one like no scope like through a wall, and it's like for the next 8 months, I'm like 0-12. Right? And so for me, I realized when I was playing a game like RuneScape, which is just basically like it's a grind game. You just play for 4 hours, you hit a level.
Well, it's an MMO.
In order for me to like be successful in that, I could inject my personality into the streams, into the YouTube channel. So I had really good success with that. So I figured, since I'm gonna be the community manager, everybody sends mass messages on Discord. Check out our project, blah blah blah. They got Floyd Mether promoting it, whatever, right? But what I realized was that as people join, if they're legit members, because we're not doing bots in our server, I can call them directly and just dial the Discord call number. And it's like, hey man, how's it going? I'm Apex from Wild Gokang. He's like, oh dude, are you actually calling me right now? It's like, yeah, you just joined our server. Is it easy to navigate? Because this is like my first time building like an NFT server. How are you finding it? And I did that as much as I could until I just can't keep up with it anymore.
Right.
My phone was dying like 3 times a day, but that's like how I built like authenticity in our community, right?
No, that's great. That's really good. Yeah, I actually didn't even know any of this until you
I
said
had
it,
no
so
idea.
that's-
It's
Verifying people coming in the door. And so we started looking at our server, and we were got to a point where we were just getting saturated.
Right.
And we were seeing a lot of people come. And if you're new to Discord, and we were seeing about 80% of the people were new to NFTs, period. And so they're new to Discord as well. And so we got community managers, and we've got people from our community join community managers.
Yeah.
And they're welcoming people when they come in the door. We see you just logged in. You're struggling on getting verified. Let us help you. Make sure that it wasn't a bot, because there's bots probing at it all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately there's always going to be someone that falls for scans, as they say, right? It's almost like you receive a text message on your phone of hey, please deposit this e-transfer, right? Like you just have to have that intuition of like, okay, I'm not going to take that step until I know that needs to be the step. And there will be casualties along the way, and it is well, it is unfortunately, right?
There's at least one person a day in our community who's coming new to the environment and gets scammed.
Right. And it's kind of the cost of learning in this industry sometimes. And same with getting rugged and making mistakes and everything like that. You just have to be careful and do as much research as possible, just like any investment.
And don't give your seed phrase to anybody.
Absolutely don't.
And nobody. No. Nobody's asking for your seed phrase.
No.
Seed phrase is your 12 words. I think Richie gave me 11 of his words, right? I found the last one.
Well, you only have a dictionary left, and you'll find it, right?
Give me your 12 words, give you mine. Trade?
Trade?
Yeah, it's trade. Okay, we'll talk about this later off camera.
Not financial advice.
This is not financial
No,
advice.
definitely don't. Yeah.
So me and Richie have been like balls deep into NFTs and crypto. We're experts now for the past 2 weeks. 2 weeks, yo.
2 weeks, yeah.
We've been heavily involved. Thanks to Dorian over here is getting us
there you
involved.
go,
And
right.
because I'm very, like I said before, I'm very skeptical with investments. I got rugged in real life. Being by a close friend of mine. Fuck that guy, but whatever. But yeah, we minted like 3 golds each, and we joined the community. We fucking love it, and like you guys are actually based in Toronto, and the fact that you're even here.
Yeah,
This
big
is like
big shout
bro,
out. Like
this
this.
how much more
fantastic.
doxing can we get?
Yeah.
Like, yo, we already have the guys here.
I've shared my address multiple times
Yeah,
on Discord.
Yeah.
He shared his real name.
Yeah,
Like,
and as long, I just hope you guys.
He's hiding behind concierge minus
yeah,
that.
this is
but,
this is actually a deep fake. This is not.
I live in my building security. I can't even get in half the time. So like, if somebody were to kill me, and I got in a car with like 2 guys who were like super sketchy, who were like in our project, and then they're like, "Yo, aren't you worried about getting in our car?" Which is like a huge red flag as a question.
yeah.
What kind of question?
It's like, so quick
I
wit.
am now.
Yeah, so quick wit. Andy was like, "Well, if you guys were to kill me, right? right?
You
Like,
really?
first of all, you relieve me of all the burdens of life, which is kind of cool because you relieve your debt, right? But the second time, your investment goes to shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so,
Yep.
luckily, I'm still alive, right? So,
Luckily, yeah, no, they're just waiting to rug you eventually. Yeah, no, that's cool though that you guys actually came and like open to talk about the podcast. Like I didn't even know you guys. I thought you guys were super busy. So like when I asked you to do a podcast, I didn't expect you to guys like, yeah, let's do it tomorrow. I'm
They
like,
make
because we're
time.
here doesn't mean
Shit.
we're free.
Yes, see,
Anything
they,
else?
Yeah.
they made time.
Anything
Okay,
else?
so that's the
yeah,
one thing
true,
you said
true,
wrong,
yeah,
but-
exactly.
yeah.
So yeah, that's crazy. But we also had a huge milestone reach. You guys revealed the goats. Let's talk about
Yeah.
that leading up. What was your PR stunt to do that? Because you were on Discord for like the whole day doing that.
That was beautiful.
That was a fun time.
Beautifully
We
orchestrated.
hired,
last year.
we hired
PR
Jason Derulo.
I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, who's the PR team behind this mastermind of the
To
riddles?
be honest with you, I was like at an all-time low mentally during this whole PR stunt,
Mhm.
and it was I was just there, and like Valdez and Victor, just like I don't know how involved you were in the
Yeah,
7 days of ETH. I think it was Valdez, Scott, and Victor just basically gunning through 7 days of ETH, doing the double your NFTs. I was there to help with the ideas, but it was just Valdez and Victor going together so quickly and so
Yeah.
fast.
Really good marketing.
Yeah.
All the videos, the postings, the images going into Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram. Yeah.
Do you like do all that stuff yourself?
I mean, which the graphics,
All the graphics
Yeah,
and
the
all
team.
The
team,
graphics are done between Valdez and Sky.
Right.
I have tried to offer my graphic design services to Valdez many times. He
Mhm.
just goes quiet.
I just can't do that.
Oh shit.
I'm like, please let me do it. Yeah, I'm like, yo, I can help. I have the Adobe suite that I'm paying for the past 2 years. Let me help out. And he goes,
Yeah.
bro, it's okay. Like, you
And the
got it.
message changes all the time because the community's in state of flux, and you really, you can't just can the marketing material up front. It's got to be dynamic and flow, and so it's between the artist and the marketing people to make sure that it gets posted.
One of the most powerful things that we did basically from I think like around 5,200 minted goats till 6,800 now that I think it's touching was that when you're part of a team, in my opinion, like I personally am never going to work with someone who wants to be part of the team, but they only do their responsibilities, and then when something's not moving, they're like, well, nobody told me what to do.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
The way that we look at this project is that there's like a list of 50 tasks, and let's say most of them are assigned to Scott, right? Or like we're all assigned to different things. If I'm done all my stuff, that doesn't mean I'm done for the day because we're not at the goal that we've set. Like who the fuck is taking time off but the goats are not revealed, right?
Yeah.
So-
right.
Yeah,
It's
And
heads down, just like
And it's like
hard. Yeah, I mean, I've worked on some really big IT projects in the past, and
Mhm.
this is like right up there with the hardest project I've ever done. Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Right.
Just the amount of pure heads down work.
A lot of moving parts.
plus dealing with Gen Z's, like you
Oh,
gotta-
man.
you gotta-
yeah. How's that dealing with the younger
Well,
generation, Scott? Yeah.
I guess the problem is
Yeah.
if you don't have that corporate structure kind of instilled in you, right? There's a big gap, and I wouldn't say knowledge gap, but it's rather just attitude gap. And I've noticed that myself, and I'm pretty much the same age as Apex,
Yeah.
I believe,
And
right?
people
But,
have to, and you have to get up before like 11.
right. Well, I mean that's
That's
a hard
hard,
thing
that's
for
hard.
Valdez, I'm sure.
Yeah,
But
Gen Z's, man, it's just as brutal.
yeah, well,
Yeah, I try to
That's
come
artistry.
over.
We love you.
Yeah.
We love you.
yeah, no, you're good, man.
We need your immense Gen Z's.
We love
No,
you.
it's so. What's you guys have another last minute like marketing push for the last 100 goats? Because we're stopping at 6969, right?
I'm not sure where this message has been delivered. 6969.
We changed it from
changed it,
from
okay.
February 7th to just 6969.
And
I
it's
mean,
like
there's a
this-
rare.
Oh,
just,
it's
there's another
not.
rare between now.
Did I
and
just
6969.
spill?
Oh, there you go,
And
guys.
when we looked just before,
Tip.
it's almost we're getting close.
Yeah, it's the Rockstar 69 Go. We've been revealing that since the beginning, so people kind of know because like, oh, 6969 is a scam. They're just trying to. I don't know who writes these messages. I would love to meet that person one day and just like knock in his brain, be like, bro, shut up.
Yeah, well,
Right?
he's not doxxed, right? So
Oh, really? I'm not. I'm doxxed. I'm not the one. I'm just.
The main
Relaying
marketing
messages I've
push
seen.
was to reveal the art,
Yeah.
right? And when we say marketing push, we didn't send any money to any like influencers who don't know our project. I like
Trust me, they didn't pay us. They didn't pay us.
Yep.
Yeah.
my whole journey was basically like deciding how we're gonna like we don't sell out. You guys have heard that saying in our server. We don't sell out by selling out. If we really break
Full
that
mint.
down, I'm not really sure what that means. Right? It's just but the symbolism behind that sentence is that nobody's gonna come in our community, finesse us for a payout,
Right.
and then not deliver anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, that has happened a few times on our journey as we learned, but those are expensive mistakes. Not expensive financially, expensive in terms of things like this can ruin the reputation that we're trying to build with Wild Goat Gang, with Wild Seesaw Labs, Wild Goat Gang, Seesaw Labs, and any other project on a personal brand perspective, which is like when the going gets tough, we just send $100,000 into random people on Twitter. No,
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there willing to help you on your project, and they're just going to take your money and disappear.
it's gonna rug you. Yeah. They're rugging you.
Especially anyone's asking for 5 Ethereum or something like that. It's for sure it's a rug pull. They're not going to help you. They may come to a couple of meetings and then they'll disappear. But this is different than doing paid advertising. So I think all the projects have some type of social media, like maybe Google ads, to increase SEO, to get SEO flow, so you show up on Google searches. Maybe a splattering of $500 here and there to get some Twitter new eyes on the project. I think that's those are reasonable spends. And but if someone's coming to you asking for big money, chances are it's going to be big money lost for you.
Right.
my traumatic experience with Jason Derulo. I can't believe I'm finally happy that I'm coming out with this live. I've been holding this in pivotal. I'm talking shit.
Talking shit. Oh, so Jason Derulo.
So we got a DM on Wild Go Gang IG page, and we were like excited, right? Because we're like, holy shit, Jason Derulo spotted our project, and I was like, if something sounds too good to be true, unless I'm saying it, it usually is, right? And so Jason Derulo goes, yo, man, love your, whatever the screenshot, because someone's gonna be like, actually, that's not what was said, right? But it was like, hey, man, love your project, want to promote it. Look at this photo, it's like a CryptoPunk, cool. And then, and we're like, yeah, sure, sounds good. Like, holy shit, right? And then he's like, yeah, my virtual assistant or something is, my manager is gonna message you. So along this entire journey of basically working with Jason Derulo to promote our project, it seemed to me that I was never actually going to talk to him, myself or Scott or anybody else on the team. And we're just going to send money to this dude named Mike, who messaged us from the Jason Derulo account. And I scrolled through Jason Derulo's Instagram. You know, recently he like got beat up or like beat up some guy, so threw a punch. I'm glad we didn't get him on board for that.
Yep,
but it's just like, and that was like my first time looking at like a celebrity influencer, and I was like, so he's never going to join our project. And I know myself, it's like when I was selling personal training to clients, not even selling personal training, like selling it. It's just like, here's what it's going to take for us to get to the best shape of your life. I can't get somebody to squat a PR if I've never hit a PR myself. So if Jason Derulo doesn't know what our roadmap is, doesn't know what our project is, doesn't know my name, doesn't know Scott's name, doesn't know shit about our project, what kind of fucking people is he going to bring in? The guys who go, one floor, one moon.
And those guys are going to show up, you know, like people who are in the business, that's their entertainment's their life. They would have a quality team behind them. Chances are all of them would be Twitter verified with the check mark. And if they were coming to you, you would know they'd come in a professional manner, and they wouldn't be talking about money up front. They would be talking about building a relationship. And so if someone's showing up just talking pure cash to you, chances are it's not the real thing.
Well, that's some good lessons to learn. So anybody out there who wants to, like, you know, start their own project or, you know, get dip their toes in the NFT space, like, you know, not everything's a scam. Of course, there are scams, but you guys gotta be careful. And you got main important thing is like utility. Let's talk about like what you guys are doing back for the Black Goat Sanctuary.
I mean, we gave their goats probably the most soothing experience with my hands.
Right.
That sounds very.
We fed the goats. I don't know what you guys are thinking.
I don't know.
I haven't been, but I want to go.
It was all kosher. It was all good.
Yeah.
It was kosher. Okay.
So originally when we were designing, like we were like, you know, we had the art ready, and we were kind of thinking like, what kind of utility do we want to lock in for this project that would and you know, utility, like I'll give you guys some, I guess it's not really alpha anymore, it's like omega, like it's in the past. But originally our first roadmap was we were working with our marketer, and he's like, bro, people want money. So we had like a Ford Raptor truck. I don't even like Ford Raptor trucks, but we're gonna give people a truck.
Yeah. And I started thinking, oh my God, how are we going to give this away? What if the person's in like
Somewhere else.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah, it can't be physical.
Let's see who's Zimbabwe.
Germany?
We do have Germans.
The roadmap was like at 5,000 members on Discord, we'll give out 5 Ethereum and 5,000 NFTs or some stupid stock shit, right? But it was just this like, when we hit a certain goal, we're gonna give you guys money. So I like the charitable component of it, but it seemed to me like you know, at 25% you get a Lambo Murcielago, at 50% you get a Lambo Huracan, at 75% you get an Aventador. You see why that's not actually that sick?
And that was
right?
that was our model. I mean, we were starting. It's like that's what we were comparing ourselves against, because at that time it was all it was all Lambo time.
You're only giving away Lambos or exotic parties and lucrative.
It sounds
destinations.
exactly like a pyramid scheme. So it's BMWs, bro. Everyone's driving a BMW on top of the scheme. That's hilarious. I didn't know. I had no idea about that. So what made you guys change
Yeah,
your
so
mind?
we
into
looked
that?
at that. We looked at that roadmap originally, and I'm like, me and Scott were in a chat. I'm like, bro, do you really like this Ford Raptor? I think we even had the name wrong on our website for like a month and a half. I have no idea what this truck was, but there was this like truck we're gonna give out to some lucky loser. Because bro, if I got a truck as a gift, I'd be pretty fucking
Dodge
upset.
Ram. It was supposed to be a
Right.
Dodge Ram.
Yeah. I would probably have to sell it myself. I don't like trucks.
Or it was $80,000 worth of Ethereum to be sent to that one person. And like that sounds cool, but I don't think that person would stick around very long. Or you get people who are like trying to mint one or two to get it. So I kind of like restructured the roadmap in my mind, and I was like, okay, if we were going to actually do this properly, like as a blue chip project, what projects are inspiring me? Like, well, I'm going to draw some inspiration. Same thing when I was like bodybuilding, like what physiques inspire me that I want to like build my own look after that. Like, I want to get Greg Plitt's abs. I know it doesn't work that way. I'm going to get like Steve Cook's shoulders and then like have like an upper back, like Dorian Yates or whatever, right? Obviously, I hit like every pro bodybuilder, but like that's what I would visualize when I was training, right? So the same thing with this roadmap. When we're hitting specific points of our roadmap, like Cyber Goat Gang collection, I guarantee you Valdez is extensively looking at the Bored Ape to Mutant Ape transition,
Right.
and we're implementing off that. And I tell people, it's not like this is innovative how we're doing it all together harmoniously under the Goat Gang banner, but it's all stuff that's been done successfully in projects. Like, oh, you're copying us. The only people who said that were Goat Society, and we just like looked at the art and I'm like, here's a pastel painting. Here's a bucket of shit, and here's our NFT. Where do you guys see yourself? And then, obviously they fell off. So
Yeah.
rip floor.
But the sanctuary was up out your neck of the woods, right? Family neck of the woods.
I mean, yeah. I was looking at like what would be a cool charity to give money to, like not really give money to, but it's like what charity could we like have an impact on? That's like the correct phrasing. And we could help like a kids shelter, like sick kids. Doesn't really resonate too much with Goat Gang, right? What would be funny? We help out a goat farm or like a goat charity. So I literally Googled Toronto goat charity, see what the fuck comes up. I have no idea, right? Lo and behold, Black Goat Farm Sanctuary, 5 minutes from my mom's house.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
There you
totes
go.
the
That's
goat.
fate.
Totes the goat on Instagram. Yeah.
Wow.
And then so next morning I shared this roadmap, and Scott's like, what the fuck is this Black Goat Farm? And I'm like, bro, it's literally 5 minutes from my mom's house. So if we go in person and film a video there, like no one can say we're not giving money to them, because it's very easy to just like send a transfer of money to some anonymous account, or even better, we sent money to the sanctuary in Ethereum. Here's their Ethereum address, like hidden. But how do you guys know we didn't send that to one another?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we showed up in person, if you go on Totes the Goat, you can post it right here. Totes the Goat, right? If you go on the Totes the Goat Instagram page, their profile photo is our Goat NFT,
Oh, that's sick.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
You can look it up right now. Like
Let's look at it. Yeah.
Totes the Goat.
that's the realest shit.
If the whole team goes there, films a video, and then they change their profile photo to that, like somebody who's looking for a charitable component, I personally don't think there's a higher level. Maybe there is, but I can't tap into it. But in my opinion, it's like change your. And I told them, I'm like, Megan, please. And I know we know the woman by her first name, like right, the charity.
Great couple. Really nice people.
Yeah, it's sick. Totes the goat. Yeah.
Totes the goat. Yeah, they have a Patreon page. Make sure you go there and check it out. They can really use some help.
Yeah.
Really
And so,
nice people. Really good cause, helping out animals. Yeah.
so how much have you guys donated so far to the Black Goat Sanctuary?
The Goat Gang. I mean, Scott's the master of finance.
Yeah. So we made it halfway through the mint, which was we gave $30,000. We got another another payment coming up this in the next week, and then we're gonna go back out there and have a visit. Hopefully, it'll be warmer. Last time we were there, it's like dead of winter, blowing snow. It was really bad, but the barn was warm. I'll give it that.
The agreement that we had with them, because some random NFT guys message you, hey, we're gonna come to your farm, take some photos, and then we're gonna send you money. Pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
Pretty dodgy for them. Yeah.
And so they said, and so the woman's like, okay, that sounds great, but like I don't really know you guys at all, like, right? And I just kept sending her voice notes, like 4-minute voice notes. Like, I mean, she must have listened to them, because like, good for it. Megan, thank you for listening to my 4-minute voice notes. But what we had originally agreed upon, not a lot of people know this, was that we were going to send them like the 60,000 upon completion of the mint, right? But which is at 100% of our mint. So we could have been the assholes and been like, well, we're not actually at 100% of the mint yet, so we're not going to send the money. Right. But I talked to Scott, Jazzy, Valdez. I'm like, yo, we just crossed 50%, right? We're just about to buy land in the sandbox. We could send half, right now, and they could start because we saw the animals, we saw the barn that needs repairing. There's different pain points associated for us for them, so it actually feels incredibly more giving for us because we were actually there to like see Douglas, see Jimmy, see all the little animals. Totes is fucking scary though, bro. Oh my god, most alpha goat I've ever seen. He's like blacked out with like horns,
watching you from the side, just ready to charge.
stink eye the whole time. Yeah. So we decided, we're like, yo, why wait till 100%? And this isn't like PR stunts or like marketing incentives. It's genuinely like, what would a good human being do in this case? We said we'd do it at 100%. Sorry guys, we broke the contract. Let us send half right now. They were ecstatic. They had no idea. And Scott just did it without even announcing. He posted a screenshot like a day after he did it in the chat. I was like, bro, we have to announce this. So we genuinely just did it because it's not a way to like bring people in for charity. It's like, bro, I actually want to do like cool shit with this project, right?
Step one,
We're in a position where what community members tell me, and like I have a lot of ideas for NFT projects, they don't get lost in DMs from devs that are too busy to answer them.
Yeah, and there's another question that keeps coming up in the community chat about what are we doing with royalties off of trading that's going on in OpenSea. So you'll see we've kind of cranked it up to the 10%, which is a maximum.
Yep.
And OpenSea takes 2.5, and the remaining percent, we're going to contribute that back to the Goat Gang, to the Black Goat Sanctuary, so that they can continue to have a little bit more income flow from that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So you guys go back during a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, hopefully when it's warmer.
Yeah,
Are we going to be able to go back? Any of the goat holders? You have to verify at the door or something? That'd be cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'll be
Because,
down. Yeah,
like,
I'll be
it'd be
dope.
nice for the first meeting to actually take
I don't even
place.
think it would even be because the goal here isn't to like exclude people from it. If somebody wants to go and check it out and they want to, like, if you have the photo, we can all take like a group photo and it'd be really cool, and we can make an event to go there. But I mean,
it would have to be scheduled and have to fit into what's going on there. I mean, they are running a goat sanctuary and they got things going on. They have a lot of animals with issues and there's vet bills and things that they're looking after. If they have an animal that's in need, they're off to the vet to look after it, and they may not be able to meet our timeline, but certainly it's something we want to talk about.
before we had even shared cyber goat or anything with them, there is one goat in like at their house, which is part goat, part machine. Right, so two of its legs are missing. I think it has like it's like on a wheelchair. Yeah. And I looked at Scott. I was like, "Cyber goat." He's like, "Why are you looking at me that way, bro? Just look at the animals." And then I went back to touching the goats.
That's cute.
It came an idea from there. Like,
no, the idea was there before, but it's just like it's funny how the one charity that we chose literally has like an
actual cyber goat. Yeah, it's a Terminator. Yeah. That's dope. That's dope as fuck. Damn. So that's cool. That's so. Are we stopping this collection at 9999 or 6969? I want confirmation for that. Can we get a confirmation? Can we get some alpha info from that?
Yeah, of course.
Info from that?
So the thing is, like, based on everything that you guys have picked up on us and the way that we talk, like, we're not here to get a quick payout and go to Zimbabwe.
No, exactly. Right? No. If you are like by
so if we leave the collection open, right? The big thing was that we need to reveal the collection. Right, we finally achieved that. Like, that's awesome. I'm so happy like that happened, because now it's like people can actually start to like move up like the floor price. They can look at their NFTs. They can start rocking them on Twitter. To close it off at 6969, if the art was ass, would make sense. There's a lot of really cool goats between 7,000 to 10,000, right? And if we leave that collection open, and as people find out about our project, we grow our personal brands on Twitter and social media, and people come in, how convenient for them that they can still mint one a month later.
Exactly, because I heard rumors yesterday that there was a Sizz goat. Sizz goat. Yeah,
sick. I want that.
Yeah.
For copyright
Whose idea was that?
Sizz inspired goat.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Was that your idea?
Bro, we have like 4 Mr. Olympias like in our
sick.
Discord. Of course you gotta get Sizz going, right?
Oh man, fuck! I want that so bad.
So from all the rares that are left, there's only one left at 6969. So there is someone in the community that I know who has it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I can see what I can do for you.
Sweet.
So part of
okay.
Insider trade.
Part of the activity we had.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Part of the activity we had was, we had 6969 as our goal, and we did have a couple rares further up in the collection, and we went through a reshuffle of the collection and to bring everything below 6969, and that was kind of what helped us out of our slow burn, and move the collection forward to
Right.
get us to so that we could do the reveal without exposing the metadata. So for those who are new to NFTs, if you go to the contract and you do a reveal, the location of your metadata is available on the contract on the Ethereum blockchain. So we wanted to get past that so people wouldn't snipe at the rares, right?
Right.
Because maybe you don't know, there's professionals out there.
Yeah.
Those new to the environment, there's professional teams out there.
Oh, so I thought it was all degenerates in this community.
No.
It's actually professional people.
Professional DJ.
Professional DJs,
Yeah,
yes.
professionals,
Sophisticated crackheads.
I mean,
We
we're
used to-
talking,
That's what we used to call
we're
ourselves.
talking teams like 20, 30 guys,
Jeez.
spending millions of dollars, and they're targeting specific projects, trying to pick out the rares because that's how they make their money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like stock trading. They're picking the
best stock,
the best
yeah.
stocks out of the
Right.
market.
Yeah. So for the viewers out there right now, like, if you guys want to get involved in the NFT space and like you're scared to try it out, like I was scared too. Me and Richie were just like completely new to this shit 2 weeks ago, and then we saw evidential proof of Dorian vouching for this community. So I checked it out and then saw him like if he wasn't comfortable, he's able to relist and resell. So I'm like, let's give it a shot. So honestly, this is really like when we minted the gold, it's like opening a pack of booster cards for Pokemon.
Right.
It's so exciting. I'm like, yo, this is dope as fuck. And then yesterday, Scott, he's married, has a wife and a kid. He slept like 4 a.m. doing open trades for goats. I was like, what is going on? I was like, what's happening? This guy's like trading goats. I was like, swapping goats. I was like, wait, you're telling me I can swap my like rank 5,000 goat for this?
It's
really
like
cool
daughter
win?
swap, but for goats.
Yeah. You check that site out. It's not a promotional post for dollarswap.com.
Not financial
No,
advice.
no, it's not financial advice. But no, I was like, me and Genova, bro, we were like talking to each other. Like, yo, I haven't been this excited since like literally trading Pokemon back in the day. No, not minting. We're trading. I trade because I
wow.
I'll go show goats here. I had 2 pirates and one like 6'9" kind of looking goat, and I was like, I don't even like pirates in the first place. So I was like, yo, can I trade this pirate for like
Not
this?
pirating advice.
No, this is not pirating advice. Can I trade this pirate looking one with a puke face for like this one with like Toronto skyline? He's like, yeah, no problem. I was like, no way. This is dope.
Yeah,
I was
did
like,
message me at 4
no,
in the
I was at
morning.
4 in the morning. I was
Yeah.
like, I couldn't even sleep. I was like, yo, this is so exciting. I was like, dude, I just called Richie. I'm like, yo, Richie, you missed out because the open swap.
I missed out on that part.
If the artist does a good job at allowing people to emotionally connect or have like a piece of a piece of artwork that like actually resembles their personality, that is legitimately priceless. And not from a like, the floor is gonna go up. Yeah, the floor will go up on a long enough timeline. Don't worry about it.
Right.
But the cool thing is that you now have a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Let's say, like for me, it was the Red Eyes Black Dragon. I had like the one from the Joey starter deck, bro. No chance you could get that off of me. It's not even a rare. It's some random card you could get for $20 the entire deck. But to me, it was special, right? And so if you can create an environment now where people aren't just buying the NFT to flip it, but they actually like the profile photo. Like Valdez, you've seen his photo. That's him now.
Yeah.
Right, like
That's
with,
his
with the
persona,
hair
yeah.
and the piercings, and so if what we've been able to create, which is awesome, and this is all Valdez, right? When he first created the piece of artwork, or like the NFTs, I sent him a message. I'm like, bro, you have blown my mind, and you have inspired like the shit out of me with this collection. I'm super proud to promote this. I'm going to give you a bumping Discord server. He has that message on his Telegram, and I can find it for you guys if you want. But the specific message was sent like, I don't know, like 3 months ago. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, thanks, bro. I'm like, no, like this is a serious promise. Watch. And here we are.
Yeah,
That's sick.
I think the Discord stuff caught me off guard. I didn't know how big a community could grow and how close people can get. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
you want to talk about that.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. I brought in a lot of people to this project. I said that kind of in the beginning, but I'm currently in chats with one other guy, and the guy knows who he is, and we're going to be meeting next week about potentially starting something ourselves. Right. So we got to know each other completely through Discord. I don't know him in real life, but he happens to be in Toronto, and he's actually a game developer. So we want to see if we can kind of go down that path, which is going to be difficult, but we want to explore options and learn, and this is all about learning. So I made a lot of friends, and that's the one thing that I really liked about it. I took a lot from this project just through the community. So I like that.
From around the world too.
Right, from around the world.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. It's the first time like since my Discord server that I kind of neglected. Like I actually like hopped in and was able to like be myself and like just like make friends with. Especially a lot of them are Canadian based too. Like you guys never stress that enough. Like that, this is a Canadian Toronto based collection and project, which is really dope. Like having that, I was like, yo, this is sick. I'm trying to like do some research. I couldn't really find.
Go Senators. No.
Yeah.
We have nothing against the people in the warmer climates.
No, in the warmer climates.
That's another thing that like really made me want to like invest in this as my first NFT because like it's from Toronto. It's like home, right? Yeah, and it felt good when I first got to see the NFT that I got because it was like the Rainbow Dreads one, and I really like 6ix9ine, so I was like, yo. I was like, sick. This is my shit. Like, I'm in love with this piece.
And the trade to that one is super rare too. So the awesome.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, it's funny because if we get on a Google Meets with someone else from the NFT community, everybody's got like sweaters on and hats and vests. We're all like bundled up because it's freezing and people are in like Miami and Hawaii.
It's like, sorry, there's glare on my screen because I'm at the beach right now. And me and Scott are like,
yeah. We go, where are you? Where are you located? They go, oh, you don't want to know. And I turns the laptop around. The beach is like right there. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to move. Like Canada's just way too cold. I don't plan on staying here for that long. You guys,
we love you, Canada.
Where you trying to go soon?
We're
Zimbabwe.
suffering.
You're talking about Zimbabwe a lot, eh, Apex?
You can't ski.
Yeah.
You can't ski.
I think there's a song somewhere on YouTube that goes Zimbabwe. I don't know what the song is, but that's why Zimbabwe stuck in my mind as like a crazy destination to go to. I don't think I'm ever gonna go there, to be honest, but we'll see. Who knows what life will throw at me. Some of the destinations that I have in mind for meetups moving forwards, one of them is Miami, right? That's going to be coming up very soon. And Dubai is also another location that I have in mind. Those are both places that I really want to go to. Mexico is really awesome as well, like Playa del Carmen, Tulum, like that kind of environment. It's like if we were to rent like a bunch of huts by the beach, I think that'd be pretty special. Right.
That'd be cool.
And so the whole thing with like planning real life events, I've been part of like, online groups. So a little bit of a backstory about me. When I was originally active in different discords, I would notice that if you were to contribute enough value, you'd be rewarded by climbing up the ranks. And not to toot my own horn, but whenever I'm online on like these different communities, either on Telegram or on Discord, I tend to climb to like the highest rank for my specific niche, right? And just because like I look at the guys who are like doing better than me, I get competitive, I want to like improve. All of a sudden, I'm like giving instructions and helping out other people climb up. So that puts me in a really good position to run like the Wild Goat Gang Discord server because as you guys can tell, I have verified goats, hodler, whale, inner circle. Those are tiers based on how many goats people hold. And then so all the people who have 25 plus goats, they get added to a Telegram chat called Inner Circle. We have about 11 members in there now, and including me and Scott. And guess what, guys? Just because people are on the core dev team doesn't mean they get access to it. Valdez is not in there. Jazzy's not in there. Victor's not in there because they haven't picked up their goats yet. Well, you think just because I came up with it, I get access to it? No. Fair. Has to be fair for everybody.
That's fair. That sounds fair to
Yeah, and
that's good.
I think we're invested in the project as well, just because we know what the utility is starting to come forward, and we're going to drive it.
Did you guys want to talk a little bit about the plans for just utility as a whole? And I guess you guys can start either Hey Token or Sandbox, but I want you guys to kind of take the floor.
Why don't we start with Sandbox?
Yeah.
Start Sandbox.
Yeah, take it away.
Yeah. So we had him. When we started the project, we just kind of threw it out there. We're going to do some metaverse because it was
right. It was a word.
Something we're all. Yeah, it was a word, and we were interested in it.
It was a word.
Yeah, it was the word. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, it's something we're interested in. And then we started to move forward, and it's like, okay, where are we going to, what environment are we going to pick?
Right.
And there's lots of them, and there's lots to choose from, and there's diversification all over the place. Sandbox was the good one, or the leader in the space at the time, and it's still in a state of growth, right? And then being on the business side of things, I looked at it's like, okay, well, just straight up from an investment perspective, there's nothing wrong with buying land in the Sandbox. So we were pretty comfortable making that investment. It was, you can go on the Sandbox, see where our location is, which is right near Snoop Dogg, and it's central. And
we are right between Snoop Dogg's eyes and the marijuana plant. Where they connect, that's where we are.
Yeah. So
For real?
Absolutely, bro. Spot on. Like,
Exactly.
there's no other piece in the metaverse where Snoop Dogg's looking at the weed, but we're in the way.
And I heard.
Wait, actually? Well,
Yeah, bro.
so
I heard
how-
Steve Aoki's a neighbor too, but can't.
He's a little bit further south,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
there's a marijuana plant like between.
Yeah,
it's
I saw
literally
that.
a giant plant. It's just like
So there's land in the sandbox connected to Snoop Dogg's like piece of land, which is a marijuana leaf. I think it's like a marijuana project, right?
Yep.
But right above it, there's like the way that they structured it's like I think like 4 rows in a row. No, it's 3 squares.
It's 3x3.
Yeah, 3x3. So the middle one is actually the tip of the marijuana leaf. If we got the one right beside it, it was a little bit cheaper, but it didn't have that symbolism in the story. So I got the team to. I'm like, guys, we have to be able to say this. How many times in your life can you say that you're between Snoop Dogg and marijuana?
Yeah.
And so, how'd you get that? Did you DM him, message him, just send a bid? What do you guys do?
So if you go to Sandbox, you can see what's up for sale, and I think the ones in that area were like, we there's no secret here what things are costing, right?
Yeah.
I think most of the ones around Snoop Dogg are about 200 Ethereum.
Yeah, they're very expensive.
Yeah, so I think so we got one for 27, and I'm like, we're on it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, the initial thought was, okay, we'll do the investment, and then we'll pick up the utility
as we go,
because we needed some more sales to support development, and that started. We've created a Go character, and we're going to start talking about building up that internal space. But our focus has been on marketing to get out the door for me.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of other work to do, of course. I did have a question that I've been burning to ask, and is, are you guys looking to hire someone to develop the property, or would you guys be open to community involvement to monetize the property? Because that's one thing that I think we have access to as a community. There's a lot of people that would be interested in dwelling into that world and creating value for everyone, right? And that'd be the perfect, maybe one of you guys could kind of take the role and say, I'm going to watch over, or perhaps you can hire someone to watch over everyone, but we can build it together, right? Potentially.
What's really cool about Sandbox is that if there's a developer who is like really good at Minecraft developing, you can export the Minecraft creation into Sandbox, right?
Yep.
So I've been looking at some Minecraft creators. Vox Editor
Vox
is the
Editor,
3D software that's used, or like the modeling software to create these assets. And I actually did a live stream for about 8 hours one night. Just like, same live stream, sharing my screen. And I was in the Sandbox building up a 1x1 square, kind of showing people, if we were to put a mansion here, how would it look? If we build a game here, this is what games look like on Sandbox. Do you guys really want to grind out like a fighting game with other NPCs or whatever? Like, I've played World of Warcraft. I've Life League of Legends. I've 1v5, like carried all this shit, right?
Yep.
That's a lot of fun. I don't know if we can emulate that in Sandbox. So, I mean, the way I like to do things and the way like we do things as a team, we do it big, boys. And I'm sure you guys can tell on that, right? We have a poker tournament. One guy scuffs us because he doesn't want to pay up. It was like 2.5K difference. Guess who paid everybody?
Yeah,
Me.
no, you were gracious. I was there in that game. I rember I was like,
the poker tournament was for money, and then there was like a lot of people watching a big game. One guy was like $2,500 deep, and people played, people won money, people lost money. So I paid everybody out of my wallet because it's the integrity and the ability to confidently say that will keep people invested in the project.
So the answer to your question is yes. So
yeah, I know. I was
thank you, Scott.
I was looking for.
We would be interested in community members coming to assist.
Okay, very good.
That we have hired professionals to come in and do it.
Okay.
We know enough to know we don't know. This is all new to everybody. And if you basically each 3x3 is called an estate. A single cube is about 96 yards by 96 yards from a virtual thinking perspective. And there's a lot of space to go there. It's all new to everybody. It's new to us, and we're taking the steps forward on it.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Go Gang Manor is the plan that we have for that square for the time being. And people were saying things like, oh, we could have poker tournaments in the Sandbox, or we could play billiards in the Sandbox. As I looked at it with my limited knowledge of, how games work, how virtual reality works, I don't think it's possible the way that people think, like they'll be able to flip their cards and then put them down at a virtual poker table. I don't think Sandbox has that level of tools of detail.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But to have a place where just like our Demon Time talks, Demon Time chat can go hang out in the Sandbox, and it's a dope mansion with different layers. The top 5 NFTs that have been sold on OpenSea are framed inside the house. And just special community spotlights. We'll have like specific NFTs. It's for the time being, I want to create something really fun. And guess what? If we like that mansion, we can save that as a template, like the Go Gang Manor. Then we can have like a Halloween themed mansion. We can have a Christmas themed like gingerbread house. You can buy all these assets and you can just reload them into the sandbox. So with that one piece of land, we might want to create a game which is like for this next 2 weeks, we'll have a competitive pay to earn component. Whoever is the highest in the leaderboards, yeah, sure, you'll make sand and, it might be a little bit of a grind, but you might have real life rewards like NFTs. You might get Ethereum sent to you. So we can utilize Sandbox as a way to virtually compete with one another or hang out, whatever it is that we want to implement. But like, just like we do everything, you can just have a chat on Discord, but then you create real life rewards associated with it.
I don't know if anyone's realized like that Sandbox was like over $100,000.
Yep. Very expensive
for that piece of land, and it's purchased out of the community wallet. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's purchased out of the community wallet. So technically, it's owned by all the goat holders.
Yep.
Yeah. So if we need to change our strategy about going to a different landscape because there's something newer and better out there, and from an investment perspective,
makes sense to sell.
Yeah, we sell $100,000 and we sell it from 27 ETH just to market rate, which is maybe 150. That again goes back in community wallet and it can be used for something. So yeah, we're this is a business and we're looking at it as an investment and to move forward with. Yeah.
So when will this be live? When can we start visiting the manor?
When Sandbox decides to let us go in.
Yeah, that's the stipulation right now. We have to wait. Yeah.
Wait, so we'll wait on that first. Okay.
They have an alpha enabled now, so certain people like Snoop Dogg have their land developed. You can go, and people who are in that alpha can go access it and interact with it.
He's got a big piece of land there, eh?
Yeah, massive.
That's big money, man.
Yeah, because I love to check out the property if we have anyone that's access to it right now. Like, are we able to see it?
So picture a green square.
Okay.
That's pretty much what it is right now.
96 by 96.
If you want to check it out, go to OpenSea, go to Wild Goat Gang, look up our community wallet, and you'll find a piece of land there, and you can look at the coordinates and actually go to OpenSea and find that.
I really want to have like a cryptic message when we have like inside the Goat Gang Manor, there'll be like specific riddles. You guys know I love riddles. So we can have like specific trinkets laid out in the Go Gang Manor. It can be like, I think like 28 floors, some crazy shit, right? So it could be like one massive maze. And as people find out certain things, that can have like real life carryover. So when you find this trinket, you message somebody, you get access to a specific role. In there, you'll get a message sent out to you. So you can create this incredibly detailed, like fun adventure for people, like an Easter egg hunt or like a Halloween giveaway. And then whoever completes it will get some kind of Halloween themed NFT or access to something else.
So I think the whole exciting thing about like Web3 and overall is, that NFT is, your ticket to get into to our Sandbox environment. It's also a ticket to get into events like that are in Miami and other events that we have coming up as well.
And for the Miami event, we were talking about how to structure like cost, right? How would it make sense? Because and one thing I've learned in my life is like, I've read a few books on sales. One really cool quote that I've always liked is people don't like to be sold, but they love to buy. Right? Yeah, we'll just wait here. So that expression of people don't like to be sold, but they love to buy. The way I interpret that is, if you give people enough value for what they'll be investing in you, they're going to feel good about that investment. And especially if you give them back like compounding rewards and returns, I mean, who doesn't like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I really look forward to Miami. I mean, I remember I sent you that one DM, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not
when
gonna
is
say
that?
it out loud
Did you already
just in
plan
case
it
my
out and
girlfriend
stuff?
watches, but
Well, ideally it'd be right after Ultra.
it was a good
Oh,
thing
that'd be
for her,
sick.
no.
I would extend my stay.
Yeah, so
that'd be
the
sick.
plan would be to go to Ultra Miami and then
Yeah.
hang out for a day or two whenever like that weekend comes up, and
Right.
then it's like a day at like a mansion. But now, how do you mitigate the chance that somebody walks in, enjoys everything, and starts a fight with everybody?
Simple. Make sure that something is staked on his end, right? Make sure there's collateral. So
Yeah.
that should be, the cost to come to the trip. You need 4-5 goats. You need to create demand as well.
Something like that.
Something like hodlers,
Something like that,
right?
Yeah,
Like the
absolutely.
hodler
You need
role.
a status.
Hodler.
You need a title. You
Yeah.
need to meet
So
the
you-
team.
Exactly. You need to send 5 NFTs that will be locked away, and you will only be able to get them back upon completion of the event and on good behavior. And that is open to subjective interpretation. So attend at your own risk, right? If somebody gets drunk and they start being sloppy, you will not get your NFTs back, but you will also be out of the project. And the cool thing about this strategy, and I think this is like the coolest thing because everybody be on best behavior. If we have a Dubai, like let's say in Dubai, there's a penthouse in the Burj Khalifa, and that's where the party is for 2 days. You got to send 10 goats where the floor price is at 10 Ethereum.
So there's risk.
Your trip now cost you 100 Ethereum. And at that point, if people are like, well, I don't know if we trust you guys. Maybe you're going to go from Dubai to Zimbabwe. They're incredibly close, right? So I'm not going to know if I'm going to do that. And it's like, okay, sure, don't attend. So that's how I believe it's going to be. That's I think is like the
Interesting.
coolest way
Yeah.
for because you're sending like 100 Ethereum worth like locked away, and you
Yeah.
got to be on good behavior, which is open to interpretation. I haven't heard of that before, but that's really
No,
cool,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think as a project moving forward, we're trying to model ourselves after something like Gary Vee's
Right.
Gary Vee's strategy, which is it's a fun business, but it's a serious business, right?
Mhm.
There's real life people involved, and we're driving that kind of strategy, and it's not all just fun and games too, right? And Seesaw Lab has other projects too. So, we've been slowly kind of hinting at them in the Discord. Some of you guys have seen some.
Oh yeah,
of,
many.
some,
Yeah.
some of the projects. We've kind of leaked some of the pictures and the names, but in the NFT space, we really have to be careful about releasing full project names because people will try and take our Twitter or Instagram or scammers will get onto OpenSea and try and register. They'll try and take your DNS URLs.
Yeah.
They'll create ones that are like your name -mint and you've probably heard about the fraudulent activities that we've been trying to stop with Canadian Cyber Council.
Yeah.
But so we do have we have a lot of projects coming up with some just crazy art. Val's over kind of sitting at the high level, overseeing the artists that are working on that. And the first one that's coming up is Mr. Finger. It's going to be released in March. MrFingerNFT.io. And one of the things that we wanted to bring forward with that project was about Mr. Finger is actually quite hilarious. I think everybody who looks at it kind of smiles the first time they see it, and it's about kind of mental wellness as well as as well as being inclusive.
We'll pop that up right here.
So within that community there'll be not only the general discussion, general chat room, but there'll be other rooms for women's only, which we have in Wild Goat Gang, and the LGBT community will be included in there.
And like gay goats or something like that.
Yeah, well, Mr.
There's
Gay goat gang.
you can see why that name isn't the smoothest way to go about things, right?
Yeah.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah,
You heard it here first.
we'll take that.
Gay Goat Gang.
Alpha leak.
So the,
Oh man, of course it's
Cancel
gonna be you
Richie
guys.
2022
I'm
again.
trying to keep it professional here, and these guys are just ruining
This
it,
guy
but-
says Gay Goat Gang.
So
yeah.
Kind of funny.
Yeah.
so
You're not going to be allowed to Mr. Finger.
No, yeah, this guy lost
You're
out.
not going to be
already.
allowed.
Yeah.
So anyway, Mr. Finger's about being inclusive, and Mr. Finger's about being happy, and not everybody in the world's happy. So I think we've seen that in our Discord. There's a lot of times when people are having problems. Life's not perfect, and we want to allow the opportunity for people to be able to communicate with each other, and as well as include mental health professionals that will have the capability that they'll have access to that.
That's really cool. That's really it's really great because the Discord community is literally like free therapy too. Because there's been a lot of people coming in. It's like I'm just not feeling myself. Like I'm just feeling so down, and then someone will always chime in and just actually give their 2 cents and like make them feel better. And it's great to hear that too.
Yeah.
So even though it's a 4 a.m. DJing times, like they're actually it's therapy DJing time. It's great. Yeah.
Sometimes you'll have people come in and say that they're not in happy relationships, or you'll have someone say that, in my campus, everyone thinks I raped this girl, so I need to move out. I don't know what to do. Ric Flair, if you're hearing this, can you please send me those listings of that apartment that you're going to get? So Ric Flair was living with like 5 roommates, and he said that they're all like harassing him, they're bullying him. He doesn't feel welcome. I asked him, well, you're on campus, right? He goes, yeah. And I'm like, well, how much would be your rent per month, tentatively? He's like, $400 US per month. I'm like, okay. I'm lucky that I'm in the position to like be able to assist you with that in front of everybody. And this is just how I naturally am, right? And I told him, I'm like, if you can send me some listings of some places that you're looking at getting, I will literally send you $800 US, not on the dot, because it might be like including fees, but first and last, plus whatever fees you need, I'll send it to you. Just be transparent. The dude I've never heard of since. So one thing I've noticed is that when people complain about an issue, they may not always want help for it. But the cool thing about our community is if somebody's genuinely looking to improve either their financial situation, they're looking at improving their like NFT education, the aspects of their community, or they just want to be like full-blown degens and manifest like the best degen self there is, like Sal Pacino, right?
Shout out to
Sal.
Sal Pacino.
Shout out to
That
Sal.
Don, yo, he needs to get the Don gold.
He's riding
dude.
the line
Yeah.
all the time, man.
Yeah.
And so it basically, people can come into our server under, like, come into the Go Gang banner and become the best GOAT version of yourself, become the greatest of all time, and what that means to you, and it's open to interpretation, right? So building off that inclusive theme, like, people know they can call me, and like, I talk so much to anyone that they want to hang up the phone first. And I'm proud of that. You're never gonna. No one says I talk too little, right, Scott?
Yeah, that's for sure, man.
I didn't realize. I didn't realize you talked that much. Actually,
Yeah.
no.
I'm shy.
Yeah,
Shy.
I'm shy person.
So back to Seaside Labs. The intent here is that, we're all here in the space. We love the NFT space. The community's awesome. We're here to stay, and a part of that is we need a pipeline, and we need the capability to support not only our existing projects but other projects, and we have shared utility amongst them.
Right.
So like Wild Goat Gang holders will have
So like the whitelist
will
access for
we'll
something
have
in the future.
Yeah, they'll have whitelist access into the other projects. So I don't know, like we know what the future looks like. We've already mapped it out. We've already done art for 4 of our projects. The other art's on the way. And Wild Goat Gang members have access to that. They just don't know how big that's going to be.
Right.
So,
Everyone should be excited in the sense that just because you hold a Wild Go NFT, you just opened up like Pandora's box of NFTs essentially, and that's like good connotation. I don't know anything about Pandora's box. I know even less about Pandora's box than Die Hard.
I think
Right?
Pandora's box is a bad
I
thing.
watched that damn thing.
Well, basically,
Yeah,
what's gonna
who knows,
happen?
yeah.
What's gonna happen here is all the things that we learned from like Wild Goat Gang, all the do's and don'ts. We were taking notes. If you want to picture like a massive do's and don'ts list on the side of things that we want to include in projects moving forward and things that we don't want to include, right? So the inclusive component, the education, and like having a jolly good ass time is something that, like, I mean, we've all looked at Mr. Fingers. Scott just sent me, was like, what do you think of this? I died laughing. And everybody's had that reaction. So right off the bat, we know that Mr. Fingers, just by looking at it, has such a nice association to it that, and the thing is, people are in the Wild Goat Gang project. It's not like, I mean, a lot of people are minting Wild Goats exclusively, but a lot of people are always looking for other opportunities. So for us, if we can create different projects that have different sets of utilities and perks, then those people who came to the Wild Goat Gang universe originally, they can step into the Seesaw Labs universe / metaverse and just kind of find your second home throughout all these different projects.
yeah,
right?
and especially for there's some seasoned investors in our space, right? And you guys have become
A little bit better.
seasoned investors.
Right.
as
We're
well.
we're veterans now.
Yeah,
But
yeah, veterans.
Yeah.
Speak for
Yeah,
yourself.
dude.
3 weeks now. So almost a month.
And,
Almost a month. We can
And a lot
celebrate.
of people, the people who are with money, who are doing investment and doing this as an investment vehicle, as part of their overall portfolio, it's a portion of their portfolio. They just don't have time to do the whitelist thing.
Right.
So, and I appreciate that. I'm the same way. We're running a business. We just don't have time to spend all the time in someone else's Discord. But I do appreciate the art and the utility, and I want to do investment, and I want first in. So this is Wild Goat Gang. This is a first opportunity. We're basically opening that door. You're not going to have to do the song and dance and the hurdles and spend weeks and weeks doing crazy whitelist.
Yeah, I know a lot about that. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of projects that I've been involved with, and it took me 3 weeks to get whitelisted. It's not a joke, but it was also very expensive. It's multiple ETH just to get in. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
whitelisting
getting
does not
much more
mean
complicated
whitelisting
as
does
time
not
goes
mean
on.
you get a free NFT. It means you guaranteed a
reduced price.
exactly,
And
a spot
also you have
to mint.
yeah, you're also against bots and some professional teams, right? So
Yeah.
they might just buy everything. So that whitelist at least gets you that one spot.
Exactly, yeah.
But this is for coveted things.
So
right?
this is the pre-sale for Ticketmaster. You're
Yeah.
guaranteed a spot there.
Yeah.
So
So
the other piece of the puzzle with Mr. Finger is we're talking about having access to concerts and concert events and music festivals. So that's something that's still in the works.
Oh yeah, that'll be really cool. We can definitely work with that because Richie's a professional rave festival planner.
Yeah.
Been organized like 30 strangers.
Loki's all over that one. Yeah.
Yep.
That's his
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
The direction that Wild Goat Gang and Seesaw Labs are going compared like in the NFT space, which is also new and everything, you've probably heard of teams that systemically just create rugs after rug after rug. So basically they take something that works for them and they keep implementing it one after the other. But from like a karmic standpoint, from like an emotional standpoint, they don't sleep well at night. Like I shared with Scott a project a long time ago. Luckily he didn't mint because we know each other, but I told him, like, this is what happens when you rug a project, and this dude now is on the hunt The community doxed him. They found out where his
Oh, yeah.
parents
I
lived.
heard about
They found out
yeah.
everything, and he's on the run. And I looked at it, and like his wallet was like 1.1 million bucks. And I looked and I thought about that. I'm like, the fear that somebody could come shoot you or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the
It's not worth
document.
it.
The document was spectacular. Basically, these guys like, here's where your mother lived. Here's pictures.
Yeah,
of
the
her
whole
house.
family was
Here's
there.
her
yeah.
getting into her car.
Jesus.
This is your sister. This is where she. This is your parents. And oh, by the way, you have places in France, Florida. Here's the serial number on your ATV. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's
Like,
no way he's going to be able to hide all of those
the
footprints.
community.
That's-
Only
the
Zimbabwe.
community as a whole just went after him.
Of course. Yeah.
He has to go to Zimbabwe. It's the only way.
and in full transparency
Yeah.
that you guys expect from Wild Goat Gang, if
Yeah.
you wanted to see that PDF, I have no problem sending it to you. Because what we just said, some people would be like, "Oh, that's bullshit. They're just talking to
No,
like,
it's actually
hype
true.
themselves." I will literally send you the 35-page PDF if you guys want to see it. There's
I'm actually down.
There's no
That's
bullshit,
I'm down
guys.
to take a
Straight
look.
up.
That's crazy.
And I saw that, and that's when we essentially like that's when I decided I'm like, guys, I don't know what your beliefs are internally about this project, but after seeing this, there's no chance I'm even like.
Yeah, like it's not even worth rugging. Like it's like
The
that's
reason
crazy.
also why it's not worth rugging. Let's say you're in the NFT space to make a lot of money, right? Do you guys know how much Bored Apes made when they minted their entire collection? 10K NFTs, about $300. We're talking about $3 million,
yeah.
right? So $3 million was what they made originally. That's a nice chunk of change for, let's say, 3 people split.
Mhm.
But how much is each Bored Ape going for now?
Not including the royalties made per trade, which is really the cash cow, right? For them.
Exactly. So on a long enough timeline, and if you're in this to make a lot of money, right?
Mhm.
You're almost better off building a project to blue chip utility from
Right.
from a financial motivation perspective. You'll make way more money than rugging. Because guys, I don't know if you guys have been in this situation before. Maybe you have because you had a Discord server. When I looked at the Wild Goat Gang Discord and it had 9 members, I remember, and they were all friends who I was like, "Hey, are you guys in yet? Did you verify? Come on, do it right now, bro. I want to see if it works." Right? I had 9 members, and I was like.
How on earth are we gonna move that?
And then now we're like, I wake up and there's like 500 messages, 40 DMs, and I'm like, I don't understand.
And now we're at 40,000 members.
Soon.
30. How much were we at? Last I checked was like
37K
36,000. Yeah.
plus.
Oh, shit, that
Yeah.
37K.
Beautiful.
Wow. So
growth.
that's crazy.
And we haven't even really tapped the local market yet, which is our goal. I mean, just
Yeah.
seeing if we can get more of Toronto on board because we are in Toronto, and of course we want this to be multinational and multi-state. But there's
We-
something about that home to
But
bring
there's
people
so
in.
little. Like I was at gym a couple days ago, and I started talking to somebody about NFTs, and there's just just complete blank,
Mhm.
right? And then it made me realize, of course, we're in this little community talking
Yeah.
about NFTs,
Yeah.
investing, and everyone's excited, and you know all the tools, and then you turn to the general population, they just have no idea that this even exists.
No,
They don't
we're
know
very,
about
yeah, we're
crypto,
we're so early into the space, even though it looks like we're not.
Yeah, it's huge.
Like
Yes.
it's just that's why everyone's so. That's why 95% of the comments here on Instagram about anything NFT is always negative.
Yeah.
Like you just see that video of Gary Vee yesterday shutting down the
that's
news reporter.
hilarious.
That was the best explanation, interpretation, exactly what I've been saying, but he went viral because he shut down this news reporter. Exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I was like, if you guys like been buying sneakers for thousands of dollars, the same fucking energy. Like some people will look at you like, why would I ever spend $10,000 on a pair of fucking Yeezys, you know? But some people in the community they see that as dope as fuck, and you gotta do your research. Same exact thing.
So
But,
what Scott?
yeah.
Sorry, Apex, if you want to talk. But I was gonna,
yeah.
I was just gonna say what Scott said is absolutely true. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're looking at just a global population and
Mhm.
who's interested in crypto, you have to realize that NFTs are a subsect of crypto, right? Even smaller. So the people that actually understand the space are so small and so few that, of course, there's going to be monstrous alpha to be made, right? There's opportunities everywhere, but there's also a lot of money in this space that people want to take advantage of, right? So to differentiate yourself from these projects and be that blue chip status, that's a lot of work, a lot of effort.
Mhm.
You need to build a community. You have to build everything,
Yeah.
right?
Uh,
So
yeah.
You've been working on the whole educational stuff. Maybe you want to talk about that.
Yeah, actually, no, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that I actually find it fun, like even bringing my friends on board, even teaching them about the NFT space. I'm not even trying to like convince them. Like when I was trying to get like Richie and a few other friends, like on Discord chat and talk about NFTs, they're like, "Yo, this is actually dope." Like the way you explained it, it's like really dumbed it down to the point where like for a child to understand,
Mhm.
and like 80% of them go on board, and the rest of them, if they wanted to be ignorant and like
The
not.
process of learning it is so fun because like you learn something entirely new. Like if you haven't been into crypto even before this, right? If you've never owned Ethereum or Bitcoin, but you're just doing it for the first time, just learning how to like transfer from wallet to wallet, and then the whole process of minting.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
tried to explain
Yeah.
everything in metaphors to everyone that I met that wasn't involved in the space because that's for me, it's like NFTs are basically like founding a company. If I'm going to be relating it to finance, right? Or like a project's supposed to be a long-term thing, right? Because the company needs to grow, right? And everything just builds upon that. So yeah, metaphors and explaining it that way is the way that we want to go, and that's the way that we would like to educate everyone else coming into the space, and as well as showing everyone the current proceedings of, let's say, Facebook entering, right, and their plans with the metaverse, as well as Twitter, right, the verified symbol. That's a very new thing, and Uber just the other day they said that they're going to be accepting crypto in the future as well. So it is happening.
It's happening
You just
real
need to
fast,
open your
honestly.
eyes and notice that
Yeah.
this will eventually reach the level where you will miss out, right? So if you're not involved today, you're doing yourself a disservice by being closed-minded. That's the best way that I would put it, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing goes with NFTs. You need to understand that this is going to evolve. It will.
The crypto space. One thing that's come clear during this exercise with Wild Goat Gang is the power of crypto and the ability to transact business globally
Right.
so quickly.
Yes.
The traditional banking methodologies where you want to transfer money. If I want to transfer, if we want to transfer money to another country, it's brutal.
Yes.
You have to go to the bank. You have to do a
Big
wire
fees.
transfer,
A lot
$60,
of time.
$70. Wait like days and days.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like you can do it by crypto.
Immediate.
You can do it in seconds. You just
Mhm.
boop, bring your MetaMask wallet. Boom, done. Super, super fast.
Yeah.
What a way to do business.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the future. Some people are going to be holding it back, and some people won't be acknowledging it. But ultimately, business speaks for itself, and it'll show the direction. Right? Money speaks for itself, and that's the way that we're going. And NFTs are the exact same thing in my mind.
There's something to be said about like it caught my attention when you said that you have to be open-minded for NFTs and you have to learn. I'd like to add on to that, like meaning we could all watch a video here about wow, NFTs are so cool, wow, screen shit, Mona Lisa, haha, right?
Mhm.
The thing is, the best way to learn something is to throw yourself into it full throttle, right? So one of the marketing efforts that I'm implementing for my personal page to bring an audience into Wild Goat Gang, into Seesaw Labs, is I would want it to grow my own Twitter page. So what do you guys think is the best way as an NFT promoter / influencer? I don't know if I can use the word promoter. I haven't promoted shit. on NFT. But as an NFT, like I guess
Figure
the
in the
shepherd of Wild
space.
Goat
Just-
Gang,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
The
yeah.
guys who are building
Yeah.
the project. So we're an NFT developer. What would be the best way for me to interact with, let's say, more Bored Apes or Mutant Apes? By picking up one of those NFTs myself and
Yeah, absolutely.
putting skin in the game to get involved in that, right?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you
Yeah.
guys this: since I bought the Mutant Ape NFT, not only am I like, essentially like I have made such a big investment, I have to dive into the space, or I just rugged myself.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
I've gained about 80 followers on my Twitter. I know it's not much, obviously, but it's 80
yeah.
followers who are all like Bored Apes or Mutant Apes, and I keep getting tagged in these conversations, which are like hashtag ape follow ape, and it's these massive followers, and it's all like different people who have hold Bored Apes and they're verified, and every time they follow me, they're like, "We see you just picked up a Mutant Ape. Congratulations, man! How do you like our community?" I'm like, "I haven't actually verified on Discord yet," but like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then so
Yeah.
by if anybody wants to learn about NFTs, just go mint one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's,
Go
that's-
mint if
that's
you, and if
exactly
you're
what I was gonna
hesitating,
say.
go mint 10. Watch how quickly you learn.
Yeah.
And
Because
then-
you're like,
Yeah.
I didn't just put 10 grand.
And
Yeah,
there-
literally, yeah. Once you put your money into it, you're like your money's on the line. Like you're gonna want to learn about it more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, on
And,
our on our just want to say on our Wild Goat Gang Discord, there's a bunch of how to
Yep.
channels there that the Andy's put together about how you do this, how you do that.
Mhm.
Perfect,
Just
yeah.
go join the Discord, go have a look, check out the how to.
Yeah, and coming from someone who doesn't invest in anything ever, if you want to try minting for your first time, definitely check out Wild Goat Gang. We've done all the hard work, all the doxing.
Yep.
We know he's giving us
If
address.
you have any questions,
any
just call
questions?
me on
Yeah,
Discord.
hit-
Like,
I'll
who
give
can
you.
say
I'll
that?
give you his phone number. Like I give you my phone number. You can talk to me too. So like, if you guys are like scared of even trying, like I personally vouch for this.
Yep.
I'm not gonna ruin my brand promoting something I don't trust.
Absolutely.
Just want
Yeah.
to say Seesaw Labs is a Ontario-based company.
Mhm.
We're fully doxed,
Mhm.
100%. We're a real company, real people.
Yeah, these guys are not deep fakes. They're real. This is the real face. Yeah.
Touch me to prove it. Touch me to prove it.
This real hair. Oh, you really went to the ice bath, eh? Like, it's clean skin.
He's ice cold like
Look
the
at these
goat.
muscles, man. Like, yo, give me a workout routine after. He's also a personal trainer. You can see him in the gym. So it's a lot of things. Yeah. So if definitely, it's also one of the cheaper cheaper mints too, like
Yeah.
0.08
Yeah,
ETH.
I
like,
wouldn't.
it's-
I wouldn't say it's cheap or
It's
expensive.
cheaper,
It's rather
but
just like if
it's
you go to
affordable.
chapters,
It's affordable.
Yeah, as
Well,
a
it's
metaphor, if
subjective,
you go
right?
to
Depends on the
chapters,
person's
then-
finances.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, but if that 2.08 is like $250 plus gas prices, which is actually cheaper than real life gas prices right now, because
That is true. That-
4
One-
a.m. 4
yeah.
a.m. It's $23.
yeah,
yeah,
Mints at
exactly.
4
Yeah.
a.m.
Just wait. Yeah, wait till the morning. Yeah, I
Yeah.
advise that as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas prices. There's a lot of things to learn. We'll teach you. We're gonna make a separate video actually on all the crypto lingo. And
Yeah,
all
we're
the
gonna
NFT
try our
space.
best to communicate
Yeah.
and be that voice where it kind of expands out to the people that want to learn but just don't know
Exactly,
what links
yeah.
to click and what process to start
Exactly.
at.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah.
And these guys have done a lot of the work, by the way.
Yeah.
Everything is there. Discord is very nice and clean. That's how I got started, and that's how I started to teach as well.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah,
yeah.
it's literally everything's there, like in fully written detail. But if you guys are too lazy to read, me, Dorian, and Richie actually partnered up to start an official project
Mhm.
on the side just for NFT news and education. So more information on that down below. But like, there's a lot to learn. Like MetaMask, which apps you use for buying and trading crypto, all that shit. This is before you start minting. So definitely hop on Discord. I vouch these guys, 100%. We'll put the links down below. And yeah, just check out Wild Go Gang. Join us. I'm always on Discord, especially like 4 in the morning playing Halo and just being a degenerate. So.
yeah, we look
Yeah,
to do
your
this
stream
again.
was
I
actually pretty
appreciate
fire,
everyone
bro.
for
Yeah,
thank
coming.
you. Yo, I was popping like 30 kills.
One
a
thing
game.
to say
Yeah.
before I know it's not a Google Meet, so I can't put my hand up.
Right.
But as far as education goes, we're actually like full blown spearheading. Well, Valdez is spearheading this with a developer, Go Gang University.
Mhm.
And so what Go Gang University
GGU?
is.
GGU. Sick
Oh,
acronym.
GGU.
Yeah,
Yeah,
GGU.
that's actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
Um,
GGU.
So the whole point of that basically is we want to bring people who are titans in their industry. Like one of my friends, his name is Nicholas. He does the copywriting for Jordan Belfort.
Mhm.
And he does very well financially, writing copywriting. And he has I've worked with him previously, or at least I've seen his work where he creates courses that people get access to through their NFTs, and the conversions that he has, not for his own sake, but people who go through his education can actually go out and get copywriting clients and start landing like, I just got my first $2,000 client for these set of emails that I'm writing. So one of the big things with Go Gang University, it's cool to get education, right? To learn about topics that are esoteric or whatever. But we also want to have like a pragmatic component. So if your goal is to get really good at a skill, Valdez is going to have a course about how to create art from scratch for an NFT project, or how just to draw art in general. They can be video courses. They can be photography courses. We have Stefan Karabelov. He's one of the Discord members who's like a very good photographer, probably the best photographer I've ever seen from Ottawa. So having people who are ghosts in their industry create bite-sized courses that allow you to, if you implement those steps, you can go make money immediately. I think that's incredibly powerful. I've never seen that done before, let alone through an NFT project. But all these people who are being put in this industry, or who are going to be in our videos that your NFT will give you access to, they've been selectively vetted to be absolute fucking G's.
So you need a Wild Go Gang video NFT, and your NFT will be used, it will validate against your MetaMask to let you into this.
No cringe
private
courses,
content.
no bullshit material. You watch this, you have to like really not want to make money after you're done watching them,
Yeah,
right? So that's
exactly.
what we're actually trying to create.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
perfect. That's
I like
beautiful.
that.
Yeah,
Really not want
that's
to
what
make money.
creates value, right? It's the value that you're able to get at when you're done all the courses, when you've met everyone in the community, and there's just so much to learn and so much to do.
I
You
love
heard it
learning.
here first, folks. If you're worried about the floor price at the moment, the reason why is because as we deliver on all these deliverables that we've promised,
Right.
I guarantee you the floor will take care of itself, because there is no other project. I mean, everyone's going to try to do this after we talk about it. That's okay.
Well,
Used to it
You
by
heard it
now.
here first.
But just because you know an idea doesn't mean you can actually implement it, right?
Right.
So if we take care of like our focus now is we were all gunning our heads like, yeah, sure, we can continue building out Goat University or GGU, as you guys said. Fuck it, I'm gonna take that, by the way. But I'll give you credit.
that's
though.
a good-
Okay,
Yeah,
I want more royalties.
But it's
royalties.
like, if there's no art revealed, there's only so many times you're going to verify your loading screen into this GGU thing. So we literally sat down. We're like, what's the most important thing to do right now? Is it Hey Token? Is it developing Sandbox Land? Is it drawing Cyber Goats? No, it's revealing the collection. But how do we reveal the collection without losing the rares? We came up with this crazy strategy. As you noticed, we got it done.
Yep.
Right. So now we can now focus. It's kind of like when you play those games, like you max out on World of Warcraft. It's like, what do we do now? It's like, now we play the game.
The next raid.
now we play the
There's
actual
always a
game.
shuffle. There's always a shuffle on any reveal. There's always a shuffle on the floor.
Yeah.
People are swapping, and that's to be expected. And
Yep.
we've been kind of picking up the ones. And I just want to say it early in the morning. some people leave some really good ones on the floor. So
Yeah,
thank you
I
very
noticed
much.
that. I
Thank you very
noticed
much.
one that I looked at, and then Valdez picked it up. I'm like, oh god, I didn't wake up in time.
And, you know, some people are listing some of the goats for like 0.008 ETH. There's like $20. Like, does that like
no,
what's going?
I've never seen that.
No, for the
I don't
bids.
know,
No,
maybe
it's
Scott picked one up that was that low,
it's
but-
in WETH and wrapped.
Okay,
with
so what
Ethereum.
that
Well,
is
that's a bid.
That's a bid. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Do you want to talk about the bids for bid?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's as simple as I mean,
finance guy, yeah.
to my understanding, it's you have ETH, and then you want to essentially wrap that ETH, and that's a way to convert it to a bid style
It's a
system.
it's a condom
Right.
Ethereum.
Like,
yeah.
whatever
Saying
you
goes,
wanna
don't be
say.
silly, wrap your ETH.
Yeah, so you
It's-
wrap-
it's
you wrap it
as
up.
simple as it is. It's just a way to bid, and you need to have that wrapped ETH to be able to make a bid. That's
One
it.
thing most people don't know about OpenSea as well is I remember I got like my first Psychedelics Anonymous NFT, and somebody put a bid on it. And it scared me because I was like, wait, do I have this for sale? Can somebody buy this out? So what happens is if you have an NFT on your MetaMask, or just on any Ethereum address, if somebody types that address on OpenSea, they can see your NFT. So they can actually make bids on them even though you haven't listed it.
Oh.
Right, so don't be scared. Anybody who ever sees a bid on one of their NFTs, don't be scared. It might be a low ball, it might be a high ball. You never know, right? But if you see NFT, like you see some wild goats going for, like you said, 0.000008. I haven't seen that.
It doesn't mean it's sold.
Doesn't
it
mean
was
it's
just
sold.
a bid.
Someone's just trolling.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's just liking spending gas.
They're
fees. That's
thinking
what it
maybe
is.
you'll see it.
Yeah, I was
go,
gonna say it's
yeah,
gas
and
fees.
then-
Yeah. I mean, I've
So-
thrown out at least 25 to 50 bids on goats that I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. I'd like to have the chance to buy it, but you're really just probing, right? You're just like, okay, well, maybe he's going to be okay with that price. I don't know, right? That's the whole point of a bid. He didn't list it yet, so.
That's
I'm trying to
interesting,
get the
I don't know.
apex.eth domain for myself.
Oh yeah, like I got the PredX one, and I was like, oh, thank God. I mean, I was able to get something, right? Because I typed my full name, and it's already gone.
Why, does
So
someone
that
steal?
was
Does
kind
someone
of
steal
upsetting.
Apex? Right?
No one
Just like
stole
writing
it. Someone
spot.
just
That
owns
one's
the
gone
domain
for sure,
rights
unless you
until
have it.
May. But if you look at the address on OpenSea, apex.eth,
Yeah.
some guy keeps making bids for like 3 Ethereum, 5 Ethereum, but that person just doesn't go on OpenSea to check. Right, and so it's some anonymous account. I'm trying to find who it is. If that person buys their address for like, so they're making bids in 3 wrapped ETH or 5 wrapped ETH. That doesn't mean they're going through. We're just trying to get that person's attention to get it. I think it expires around like May 7th or something like that. So I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah. So I just want to say to people out there, if you don't know, there's a domain. You can secure your own domain with your own name, like
Just your custom name, yeah.
Seesaw.eth exists, whereas for company account, so when people go to transfer to you, they can just type in the name. They don't need the full address. But just because you have a name doesn't mean you can use that name for whitelisting. So just heads up, if you're whitelisting out there onto projects, the actual contract for them to update in the contract, they need the full MetaMask
Wallet ID.
Wallet ID.
Yeah, which is a series of random numbers
Yeah.
and letters.
Oh,
So,
okay,
yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just a heads up on that.
without revealing too much from future like for future projects that we're working on, we learned a lot from a whitelist perspective about what, like, you know, a lot of things we've done really well with Wild Goat Gang, and there are some things that we can learn from, right? And then so moving forwards, every project that sort of comes down the line will just be like the best of the previous project with like the new innovation that we're known for. So one of the like the company ethos or like the company message is like we bring authenticity, transparency, and innovation to the NFT space. So
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
for that
Which,
one.
yeah. That's sick. Yeah. So, yeah, if you have anything else you guys want to talk about, wrap it up.
Yeah,
Go Gang forever.
GGU.
I want to
GGU.
say one thing.
GGU.
Yeah, just make sure, folks, if you're new to the NFT space, make sure you disconnect your wallet
Yes.
after you mint. Disconnect your wallet, check your settings, make sure you don't have any random sites because they'll if they get hacked, they could come in and probe your wallet. So disconnect.
Yeah, you don't want us to get probed.
Yeah. So on MetaMask, you're going to see those 3 dots, connected sites, and you want to make sure you're disconnecting from anything that you're really doing, quite frankly. The second you're done with it, disconnect.
Yeah.
Save yourself the headache.
Make sure you
'cause,
watch porn on a different browser as well, too. Like, never, just in case something
You
happens.
should never have to connect your MetaMask to watch porn.
Oh, really?
He does all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't. I thought, because it asked me, please connect to sign to a Pornhub. And all.
Give your
Oh,
seed
shit.
phrase.
I
Don't
got-
give
I
your
got-
seed phrase to
And
anybody.
here's a really positive message I want to share with everybody regarding rugs and scams, right? So I guess we can all agree that learning about NFTs doesn't really cost anything, or learning about crypto, it's just information online.
Mhm.
Well, like back in the day, you'd have to go to like school to learn about like business or whatever. You have
Well,
to get a
still
degree.
today, yeah.
So your tuition in the NFT and the crypto space are the rugs you participate in or fall of. So the best thing I've ever learned about crypto, or anytime, like the most education that has come like in a short period of time was
you
right
bust.
after I got rinsed.
Yes.
Right.
Hey.
So I lose 2K. I'm like, this is never gonna happen.
So
Let's
just
open
keep
cold
the
storage
bets a
and
little
learn it.
low when you're starting. That's it. And this is the perfect entry fee as well, and you won't get rugged. So it's like the risk is zero. That's the way that I looked at it.
Yeah.
I'm coming
Keep your
in
win-win
to zero risk.
Exactly,
and you
yeah.
win.
Keep your money limited in the wallet you're minting in.
Yeah.
Don't hold a lot of money in there, just enough to buy your NFT.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then in case something dodgy happens.
The one thing I want to change, a petition to change the word rug into rinse, because I like rinse better still.
Rinse
Get-
has
getting
been my
fucking,
word for
getting
such a
fucking
long time.
rinsed
I
is
love
so
that.
much better
I
than
love
saying
that word.
getting fucking rugged. The
And
rinsers
people might not take
and the
our advice,
ruggers.
like
Yeah.
disconnect your wallet, have
Yeah.
multiple accounts,
Right.
do cold storage, right? So,
Yep.
like, I have my mutant ape in a cold storage on my ledger, and it's like people are like, "Oh, it's too complicated to set up." I agree. Nobody really wants to do it when you have NFTs that are worth $500.
Right.
Mhm.
But when you have $100,000 that somebody could take out of your wallet, I've been wrecked a couple times with like rugs. So if I woke up one day, like the discomfort of putting my NFTs on cold storage does not amount to the pain that
not
I'll
at all.
feel of losing the 100K.
Instead of just like a USB.
Yeah, I mean, like I
USB.
personally have a cold storage as well, and I just put ETH in there, quite frankly. But if I were to have an NFT that I'd absolutely identify with, and I know the price is up there, it is going in there for sure.
There's a big advantage too if you're in the crypto space of taking the time, moving your Ethereum or your Bitcoin onto
Yeah.
cold storage, because it stops you from doing
Dumb stuff.
dumb stuff. Yeah.
And selling and
Yeah.
like
Oh my
selling when
God,
you
look at
think
that.
something's gonna happen
there's
because
this hot shit coin out there that I'm going to go after.
Yeah.
Look, if
Yeah.
it's on your wallet and it's stuffed away somewhere,
Everyone
you
makes that one mistake.
yeah.
Oh, I've made dozens, hundreds.
Yeah.
So.
In order to get scammed and lose $1 million in the NFT space, you should kind of applaud yourself for falling for something so stupid, because you had to have made $1 million to fall for it.
Mhm.
And so and what I kind of like about it from I always try to operate from like a good karma, bad karma. So basically, I'll hop on Discord. We have an AMA. Like, how do I feel after I logged off there? Did I leave people off on a good note? Like, I interact with like these many members on the Discord today. Did everybody have like a good vibe feeling it? Right? Like, is everybody off on a better note? So when people start to make money in the NFT space, if they're in it to get money quick and just like try to flip NFTs and like tank projects, karma's gonna get them so nice. Not right now when they have 2 Ethereum, but when they're loaded with like 25,000 Ethereum, right? And they decide to like mint some crap project, the owner rugs them. That's their tuition for not trying to do good energy into the project.
And another thing is like people will drop crappy NFTs into your wallet if you're not watching.
Oh yeah, this is
You'll watch like if you go under your hidden tab in OpenSea, you can sometimes they go under hidden, and if you go look there, there'll be people who've dropped NFTs into your wallet that you have no idea about. Do not participate with them. Just leave them where they are. Don't try and sell them. Don't try and transfer them. You know when you go to transfer them, it'll try and authenticate against some God knows what blockchain, and it could drain your wallet. So if you have NFTs in your MetaMask that you don't recognize, do not touch them.
I get Mutant Ape Yacht Club exclusive whitelist spots just because I have a mutant ape. So what that is, it's the exact same scam that you're talking about. They send me whitelist spots tentatively to go mint their project, which is some sketchy ass shit, right? And there's a very high chance, I'm imagining they might pull a couple Bored Apes or mutant apes out of people's wallets.
Yeah, for sure they'll try.
That's fucked. Imagine
careful.
losing a mutant ape.
Well, this is why education.
I don't want to experience that.
Right? Because if you're not educated, you're just gonna fall for some of these. Sometimes they're getting more and more sophisticated as it goes on. So you have to be careful and you have to evolve mentally. You know,
Twitter Spaces is a place to get educated. You know,
yeah, absolutely. I've been joining a lot of those
It's
too.
fantastic.
Yeah.
You see the stuff coming up ahead of time. 3 hours at a time, saying this is coming up. Jump into those. You're going to hear exactly what we're talking about here. You guys are doing an awesome job. Educating people about Web3, crypto, safety, and new trends. Right?
Yeah.
It's not about the money made or lost in NFTs, but it's about the friends you made along the way.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is I can't wait.
If
for
friends,
Ethereum goes
the
to
journey.
zero, if
Yeah.
Ethereum goes to zero and Vitalik Buterin rugs all of us, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
Right? But we had a damn good
true.
jolly
Some
time.
Polygon
Yeah.
gateway or something. Right?
or just some tether fud, who knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
The whole thing is gone. So anything could happen. And as we've seen just a couple of days ago, and I'm sure
Yeah.
you guys have read the news, right? Don't ask me what the backstory is behind that, but the industry is just so fraught with dumb things happening. But also on the other side, it's the most ingenious type of invention that has exponential growth curves on the back end. So it's like there's going to be ridiculousness on both ends, right? So that's just how it is.
Yeah.
learn, right, and keep
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, Web3.
Web3.
Web3. Let's get it. Yeah.
Let's wrap this
Yeah.
up
Let's
there.
wrap this up.
Okay.
That was-
Yeah, this has been like a 2-hour podcast. Hope you guys enjoy this one. And yo, check out Wild Go Gang again. If you guys want to make your favorite first project, I definitely, if you want, skip your research. This is our episode 10.
Episode 10.
Oh, episode 10.
Congratulations,
Yo,
guys. That's
thank
not
you.
easy to get to.
Thank you
Congrats,
for
bro.
coming on to
Nice
our
work.
episode. Thank you for taking the
Yeah,
time.
thanks for coming, guys. Thanks.
Yo, thanks for being on our episode, Dorian. We've been mentioning your name for the past 9 episodes, but you finally came.
I've been behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so make sure you guys are awesome. Thanks for listening, and hope you enjoy this podcast. And see you guys next week.
Our Twitter handle is at Wild Go Gang NFT.
Yeah.
Our Instagram is Wild Go Gang, and our website is wildgogang.com. But you
Yeah.
guys kind of had
And
that
his
one
personal
covered.
Instagram at
We'll have it
the
for you.
Ruggers. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Ruggers.
At the Dirty Ruggers.
The Dirty Ruggers. The Dirty Ruggers and Dirty Rinsers. All right, peace, guys.